Progressive Skills in English.
Hello and welcome to Theme 3, Episode 3. We're going to begin our episode by a vocabulary box: lose money, misuse, personal, phone, sensibly, sick, usage, waste someone's time. And now moving on to our first skills check for this episode, which is going to be on how to make a good impression. You must make a good impression at an interview by first preparing. Think about the interview before it starts. What questions will the interviewer ask? Think of a good, truthful answer in each case. Think about questions you want to ask the interviewer. And secondly, during the interview, you must have the correct body language. You do that by sitting up straight, putting your hands on your lap or on the table, looking at the interviewer, and smile. And now let's have our first exercise of saying some consonants. I will be saying some sentences and we're going to see what is the sound of the underlined letters. Sentence A, I'm using this web page.
In using it's here, and in web page it's j.
Okay, in sentence B, are you going to get a job?
In you it's here, going g, get g.
Sentence C, what would you like to do?
In you it's here.
And sentence D, what does the computer suggest?
In suggest it is j.
Sentence E, a good job for you is camp counselor.
In you it is here.
Sentence F, would you like to work abroad?
In you it is here.
Perfect. And now you're going to be listening to the first audio track for this episode. You're going to be listening to an interview between a careers advisor and a student. And we're going to see whether the interviewee makes a good impression or not. And we're going to say why or why not.
Track 3.16.
What sort of summer job would you like?
I'm not sure.
Well, for example, do you like working with people?
Yes,
And how about children?
maybe.
Okay. I know there is a job at McDonald's. You could apply for that.
No, I wouldn't like to work inside.
I see. Well, let me have a look what I can find for you out of doors.
And now you're going to be listening to another interview and you're going to be applying exactly the same things.
Track 3.17.
What sort of summer job would you like?
Well, I'm doing an education course, so perhaps something with children. Also, I have 2 younger brothers, and I like looking after them.
That's a good idea. Would you like to work in this country or abroad?
I would like to work abroad if possible. I like travelling.
Well, there are lots of jobs in holiday camps for children in the USA.
Ah, that sounds interesting. Can you tell me more about them?
Yes, of course. And I have some leaflets you can take away with you.
Now you're going to be having a picture in front of you of an interview. What sort of summer job would you like?
With people?
Would you like to go abroad?
No.
So how could the interviewee improve the answers?
I think that the interviewee in the picture gave very short answers. It means no real interaction, or maybe he's not that self-confident. So it would be a lot better if he gives longer answers, something that tells that he is really self-confident and he has enough knowledge about what he's talking about and he can talk about himself openly.
Okay, thank you very much for that answer. And now moving on to the second skills check for this episode, which is going to be on extending a turn. How can you make a good impression when it is your turn to speak? One way is to extend the turn. So for example, what are you studying? Education. Education, and I really like it. What do you want to be? I want to be a primary teacher. Instead, you'll be saying, I want to be a primary teacher because I love working with children. And now we're going to be having an exercise on practicing a new key skill. We're going to be studying each pattern below. Think of true information for each space. So number 1,
I'm studying economics and I love my study because I want to know more about the market and companies.
number 2,
I want to be a teacher because I love to deal with the students and to let them know more.
number 3,
I enjoy teaching very much so that I would like to have even more certificates about teaching.
number 4,
I'm interested in your vacancy. That's why I applied and I came today for the interview.
okay, and now the last one, number 5,
I would like to work in your company because I've read a lot about it through your website on the internet.
okay, perfect. And now we'll be having another skills check where we're going to be expressing wants. So we use the verb want to express wants. So for example, I want to work for the government. Do you want to work inside? You answer with yes I do or no I don't. We can also use would like. So for example, I would like to work in an office. Would you like a job in a shop? You'd answer with yes I would or no I wouldn't. The words would like are more formal than want. We can also use would like to give a choice. So for example, would you like to have tea or coffee? So you reply with tea or coffee please, or no thank you. And now we're going to be having an exercise on using the word would. You'll be seeing some sentences in front of you on the screen, and we're going to rewrite each sentence or question with would. So first question, I want a job in an office.
I would like a job in an office.
Second sentence, I don't want a job in a factory.
I wouldn't like a job in a factory.
Sentence 3, I want to work with children.
I wouldn't work with children.
Number 4, I don't want to be a manager.
I wouldn't be a manager. I wouldn't like to be a manager.
Number 5, do you want to travel?
Would you like to travel?
Number 6, what sort of job do you want to do?
What sort of job would you like to do?
And now you're going to be listening to the following audio track, and you're going to give true answers. Select either the first or second choice.
Track 3.18.
1. Would you like to visit Russia or America? 2. Would you like to have a manual job or a clerical job? 3. Would you prefer to live in a city or in a village? 4. Would you prefer to eat Chinese food or Indian food? 5. Would you like to travel in your job or stay in one place? 6. Would you prefer to work with children or adults? 7. Would you like to live in a flat or a house? 8. Would you prefer to work in the daytime or at night? 9. Would you like to be a manager or a worker? 10. Would you like to have your own desk or share a desk?
So now we're going to be answering the questions. Find the best second choice for each question. Number 1, do you work inside or
Outside,
Number 2, have you got a car or
a motorbike,
Number 3, are you at a university or
in a college,
Number 4, would you like tea or
coffee,
Number 5, can you finish the assignment today or
tomorrow,
Number 6, is he usually on time or
late,
Number 7, can you speak French or
Spanish,
Number 8, does she prefer red or
orange,
Number 9, is it hot in your country or
cold,
And last but not least, did you go out last night or
stay in.
And now you're going to be seeing this diagram or chart in front of you on your screen. And from there, I want you to ask or answer using the words that you have in front of you.
Now let's go to more activities from the workbook. Going to page number 55, exercise E, about compound adjectives. We have some examples in the box like well-known, well-behaved, well-dressed, well-read, well-kept, well-off, well-paid, and well done. Now we will use these adjectives to complete the sentences below. His job isn't very well paid. He doesn't earn a lot. The children were very well behaved when you went out this morning. The teacher wrote well done at the bottom of his work. In general, British people do not look smart. They're not well dressed. E, the garden looks beautiful. It is very well kept. Tony Blair is very well off throughout the world. He sold his company for 6 million sterling pounds. Now he's really well off. My father left school at 16, but he's really well read. So F can be Tony Blair is very well known throughout the world. Here, in this exercise, which is on page 57, you have a quiz in front of you in the workbook, and on the screen, it's called Find a Job. Through this quiz, you will answer some questions from A to O according to what you really enjoy or like. Like, for example, do you enjoy working out solutions to problems, making decisions, drawing or painting, watching news or reading newspapers, finding out how things work, working with numbers, trying new things, as you can see. And as you can see, each question has got a number of marks for yes. So, the total of the marks would give you the job suggestion, like to be an accountant, a salesperson, a doctor, a scientist, a journalist, a social worker or graphic designer, or an engineer. By doing this quiz, you can know more about the suitable job for you. Thank you for this episode.